actually like the story so far quite a lot. Solemn Delire had done well to acquire Meteor and contain its powers, but what the devil wants, the devil gets.
Cervantes was enraged. You did not like being bamboozled. For that, Solomon would pay.
Actually, you get the medical back. Yeah, definitely not. Let's see, what do we have? We have all kinds of shit. Terror, and you have the Ricochet. Chain kill. Equalization. Scavenger, you get the Scavenger. Chain kill for you, and that for you. And you get equalization. Look at this. Just go check the altar. When they reached a fellow agent Bathum Ram, he was absorbed in what looked like a dark ritual. Still, Perez trusted the Inquisitor would not tolerate the man's company, were there any doubts about his godliness. The agitated Inquisitor told Ram that Delira had not been there. Ram said it was troubling, but suggested that they hunt smaller fish until more cipher pieces were available. Delira's time would come. Ram had some rudimentary information about the identities and whereabouts of the cipher-bearing order members. They could be eliminated via brute force by simply slaughtering the local populace, but doing so would have devastating consequences. Ram was confident he could pinpoint the culprits quite accurately, though if he had the correct ingredients for his ritual. He left the decision to Cervantes. What's the skull markers where it said heal for the guys in that? Let me go check. Ram knew of 3 order members who carried cipher pieces in their flesh. They were all located somewhere in the region, hiding among the populace. The one at the docks. One of the men was at the docks near a rich port to the east. He was either a dock worker or a sailor. If he had 2 bottles of liqueur, Ram said he could have a clearer vision. One at the trapper's camp. Ram knew someone from the trapper's camp in the woods was an order member, but he could not pinpoint the exact person. If he had 5 pieces of dried meat, he said, he could make a mixture that would clarify his vision of the area. Ram told one of the order members lived at the farm to the north, but the vision was not clear enough to identify the exact person. If he had rabbit's food, he could obtain clearer image. The skull marks? That's heat. That's not heal. That's the heat, which comes from like these guns. They have this heat value, which affects the sneaking thingy. So if you pack a massive gun, you get noticed more easily. I'll be back in a second. I'm gonna go to the toilet. Heal through heat. You're an inquisitor, burn them to heal them. Sounds about right. Okay. Gypsies. Let's see the gypsies. Cervantes spied a gypsy wagon parked out beside the road, offering a variety of uncommon wares. Lucky coin. Ooh. How many liqueurs was it? 2 liqueurs? To pinpoint the guy. Yes. There you go. Rum took a few sips, then poured most of the first bottle into the cauldron. He put the second bottle away for later. Then he proclaimed that the man that needed to die was Laszlo, the docks worker's foreman. Vrečport, nice. Thanks to the nearby harbor, Vrečport, while not large, was a bustling town. Strong law enforcement kept the town safe, and the market offered good variety of wares. Did the style of the map change every time? It's been a bit different. Sturdy shoes. I want those as well. There's your dried meat. I need one more. Ram took the first 4 pieces of meat and chewed on each one before spitting it into the cauldron. He swallowed the last one. After a few moments, the stew began bubbling intensely. Ram nodded silently. The man they were looking for was William Tanner. And we needed a rabbit's foot for this. Okay. Let's go to the harbor here. The harbor had a huge economic impact on the region. Ships laden with goods and passengers arrived there every day before continuing their journey on land. Those that stuck around in town tended mainly to be traders, caravaneers, sailors and prostitutes. It would be a melting pot if scum could melt, and somewhere among them was a member of the Order. They let the devil sort them out. Nice. Using the information they had, they only killed the Order member. With his powerful voice, Cervantes proclaimed that a sinner was in their midst, who would soon bring doom to them all. When he told them it was Laszlo, the man was immediately chained and brought forth. Cervantes looked at him with disdain, then made a dramatic gesture. The wretch was torn apart by the crowd. None of them noticed a cipher piece pop out of his body, allowing Cervantes to quickly pocket it and take his leave. I wonder what that is. Oh, gunsmith. Hello. John Christensen was the mild, prosperous, middle-aged proprietor of the shop. He guaranteed a wide selection of formidable guns at reasonable prices. He greeted Cervantes politely, offering him a discount in consideration of Inquisitor's respectable profession. Steadfast. Look at this! With 14 barrels, what the Steadfast lacks in accuracy, it makes up for the volume. Oh, yeah, it's the cipher. Yes, yes. Of course. Duh. Revolver rifles are... Look at that. Four double shotguns that dance on a revolving mechanism. I'll have one of these, and I'll have one of these. The more bullets, the less you need the precision. Yes. You can sell. I don't need to sell them rest yet. Oh, there's Fate Trader here as well. Hello! The team found a lone drifter's encampment. After a short conversation, he revealed that he dealt in unique trinkets collected from all over the land. Doomsday Watch, thank you. I should really buy the Holy Musket as well. Thank you. Yeah. Trapper's camp, let's go there. In the woods they found a group of mountain men. These formidable hunters and tanners contributed most of the leather goods in the area. Slaughtering them would have economic consequences. Using the information they had... Actually, let's look at their wares first. There's a rapid food for us. Thank you. I don't sell that. Sell the navy gun. Kill the order member. Cervantes confided in the men that one William Tanner had been seen in this area and that he was involved in the black arts. If they had experienced any bad luck lately, it was undoubtedly his fell presence that caused it. The men delivered swift justice, roasting Tanner with kicks, then carrying him to the main camp area and nailing him to a tree. Cervantes told them that he must now remove the source of evil and cut the cipher piece from Tanner's abdomen using ceremonial dagger, telling the men they had saved countless lives through their selfless actions that day. This guy is just the worst scum ever. Let's use the rabbit's food here. Rum shredded the rabbit's food into pieces and threw them into the cauldron. Then he could see the man clearly. He was Mike Mudgett, one of the farm hands at the farm to the north. It was one of the larger farms in the area and an important food source for the region. Somewhere among the men and the women working in the fields was a member of the order.
Every member of the order that Raum identified was dead. It was time for the Inquisitor to meet up with him again.
Cervantes introduced himself as a man of God on a mission of utmost importance. He told the foreman that Mike Mudgett was part of an unholy cult, and that for the sake of all their souls, he must be purged. Shocked by his revelations, the foreman plucked Mudgett from the fields and then bound and impaled him. For the cheers of the farmers, Cervantes then put fire to the man's body. When the people had dispersed and the Mudgett was a pile of human-shaped ash, Cervantes discreetly grabbed the revealed cipher piece. The collected cipher pieces weren't close enough to assemble the device. Ram was looking at the bonfire blankly, when suddenly he shivered and grabbed his head in pain. He had a vision. Deliera was at the church to the north. 2 doses of opium for more information about the church. Nice. Ram said that if Cervantes brought him 2 doses of opium, his vision would be clearer, granting them strategic advantage.
Raum's vision directed the Inquisitor towards the house of worship. The mystic assured him that Delir would be there.
Have you seen opium anywhere? Oh, there's a doctor here. Hello. The house belonged to Ryan Harmon, a well-known doctor. He had a reputation for treating anyone, be they farmer or outlaw, so long as they remunerated his expenses and efforts. He even ventured out to treat the natives once in a while when they needed more than their shaman could provide. He was honored by the Inquisitor's visit and offered him a discount service. It's not that one. Opium would work that way. Yes. Fate Trader. You don't have opium, Fate Trader? No. Does anyone happen to have opium in this land? Maybe trappers. Hey. You look like a banshee who use opium. No. Hey Raum, can you use your vision to see where has opium? Hey, what is this one? Chinese trader. Okay, you have opium. At the crossing, Cervantes met a middle-aged Chinese man enjoying a moment of rest during his journey to the west. The man was friendly and polite, offering his wares to the Inquisitor. I need 2 doses of opium, please. For religious purposes. There's your opium. After much grinding, cooking and sniffing, Ram seemed satisfied with his infernal stew. He sat with his face over the top of the pot, inhaling deeply, then in a sonorous voice declared he had been visited with a vision. A secret passage led to the shed behind the church. The Order was not aware of it. Cervantes and Perez could use it to take them by surprise. They stood on a nearby hill looking down at the church, contemplating their next move. Their trust in Ram's vision was measured at this point, but by attacking the church still seemed their best bet. Armed guards on the premise confirmed that something important was going on there. Let's do the secret tunnel. Grand Inquisitor could not wait to spill Solomon's blood. He swore the old inventor would die that night.
A tunnel enabled them to enter the premises unseen. The church was heavily guarded. Something important was going on in there.
Wonder if the back door is locked. Guess that would be no. Okay, so opening this door will start the combat.
To Cervantes' surprise, there was but one lone soul inside the church. Her name was Sister Rosario Aiza, and she was a prisoner of the order. Sister Rosa was a supporter of the order until she discovered Delir was using a clairvoyant to stay one step ahead of their enemies. Believing this was blasphemy, she tried to turn the others against him. That's when Delir imprisoned her in the church. He would use her as bait to lure the Grand Inquisitor into a trap. She prayed for deliverance, not realizing that her prayers were answered by the forces of darkness.
I can't see things going well for this lady. None with guns. The nuns in this game are kinda nasty. I'm trying to create some action here, but do I need to go outside to do it? You open door. Nuns with guns. Oh hey, hello. How are you doing? Oh, he didn't die. Interesting. Well, you're dead now. Oh, there's a guy there as well. Hello. The nun is fine murdering people. She's also in a really shit spot. If only you could trade weapons with people. Oh, I reloaded that. Oops. I was gonna change to my holy musket to dispense some holy justice. Seems like my ricochet abilities are not gonna be very useful in there. Well, that's not a good spot for you. Nuns to the rescue! Nun is tax collector's widow. It all makes sense now. I think the tax collector is the devil. Oh hey! Hello! What? You don't see that guy from here? But you see someone through the whole building there? Nice. If I go here, she will get shot in the back. If I go in here, she will get shot as well. Why is there no full cover anywhere? Shotgun nun is worthless. Oh, hello. You dead. Ah. Come on, Cervantes. Nuns with guns. Come on. Can you please hit this guy now? Oh shit. The nun can actually probably hit. Good job. Although the nun is now in a very bad spot. This one pretty much has to hit. It's not gonna hit. The nun might be dead. Whoa. Come on. Thank you. I might be able to kill this guy. If the nun takes a shot at this guy. You weren't supposed to hit nun. You were supposed to just lower his his luck, so Cervantes could have shot from here. The nun is in a really bad situation. Come on, you need to kill the other guy. Shit. Trick shots for the win. There's nothing to bounce in there. That sucks. Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. Oh, Cervantes gonna get so hurt this turn. Maybe not. Maybe just a bit. Maybe not at all. Good miss. Good job, Cervantes. Still 3 attackers. Oof. I really hope they are all that direction, because she's in a really shit spot otherwise. Let's put the nun in the corner. Oops. Wrong button. Cervantes, now is not time to have some tobacco. They might be in that building. There's one. I think there's at least 2 in there. I really hope no one is flanking the nun soon. Oh, they're all there. Oh, nowhere to bounce inside. Well, let's torture him to death. That's the Inquisition way anyway. Oh, there is actually a bouncy thing there. I just didn't see it first. Oh well, they should kill the guy. And you should be able to finish the last guy here.
The final enemy met his end, and Sister Rosa was now free.
There we go. That shotgun is brutal when you get to flank with it. 8 damage. Holy hell. Solon Delir had done well to acquire the meteor. That's the one we read already. Devil wants your meteor powers.
Cervantes convinced Sister Rosa that he was a servant of light and wanted what she wanted. An end to Solomon Delir's blasphemy. Rosa directed them to someone who might know the identity of the clairvoyant. Gustav Wedholm, a local banker who was once the Order's paymaster. He was an opium addict and an embezzler and was forced to leave in disgrace. But because of his former position, he knew the identity of every member of the secret society.